After filling 30 pages with notes on this show, yes, I've clearly lost my mind.
Ow!
I uncovered a goldmine of strange clues and hidden details that practically vanish on first viewing. I honestly can't think of another recent series that's demonstrated this level of meticulous attention across every department, from costume design to production, music to editing. This video spotlights those visual and thematic Easter eggs that make the show so rewarding to rewatch. For those seeking a deeper analytical breakdown of themes and story structure, head to my Severance ending explained video. If something seems missing here, that's probably where it's hiding. The first and last lines. The very first line of the entire series is "Who are you?"
Who are you?
Which becomes even more meaningful once you know the final episode is titled "The We Are," a direct play on Rickon's book, The You Are. It's a perfect narrative bookend and thematic setup. Our first visual, a shot of Helly lying on a table that looks suspiciously like a coffin, and it's fitting. This isn't a birth, it's a symbolic death. The word hell comes up multiple times throughout the series in reference to Lumen, including in episode 1's title, Good News About Hell. It's probably not literal hell, more a metaphorical one. There's even a shot during Helly's first day that subtly spells out, Hello Hell. Severance in visual design. The show cleverly extends the theme of severance, splitting life and work, into every visual. Take this shot from the parking lot. Snow literally divides the spaces, splitting the red car on one side and a blue car on the other. Mark's car, it's grey, right in the middle, neutral, caught between two worlds. This red versus blue motif is everywhere. Mark owns red and blue fish. His house is blue, while Herb's is red. The office has red and blue paper. Petey's envelope is red. Coble's floor is blue. It's like the Matrix's red pill versus blue pill. Wake up or stay ignorant. Just like the innies and outies, each unaware of the other's world. Green also pops up constantly. The office is drenched in it. Green often symbolizes sickness, which is pretty on point for the vibe of the MDR team. Interestingly, green and blue were the two colors used in the first prototype of the Severance chip. Helly's dress at the gala, green and blue. Her earrings in episode 1, same. Mark and Gemma's past. We learn that Ms. Casey, who's really Mark's wife Gemma, used to teach Russian literature. Mark taught history. It's likely they were professors at the same college. Romantic origin story? Probably. Also ironic, a history teacher who can't remember his own past. Their interactions mostly happen during wellness meetings, where two major objects pop up. A red and green candle, lifted from a box in Mark's basement labeled Gemma's Crafts, and a clay tree, the same kind of tree that Gemma supposedly crashed into and died. Coble might be trying to see if these objects jog their memories. Helly's arrival and Coble's lies. When Mark leaves work on Helly's first day, we briefly see her outie holding a bouquet. Episode 2 reveals they're from Milchik, meant to commemorate her first day. But what's weirder is how much Coble lies. In the office, she tells Mark her mother was an atheist. Outside, she says her mom was a devout Catholic. So, what's the truth? We also see a hospital tag labeled Charlotte Coble next to her shrine, attached to a breathing or feeding tube. It's implied her mother was hooked up to life support. In my ending explained video, I explore how Coble might be seeking revenge against Lumen for her mum's death. Irving's visions and the goat mystery. Early on, we see Irving examining black paint under his fingernails. Later, we learn his outie is a painter who only paints a specific hallway drenched in blackness. The ooze he hallucinates? Probably that paint bleeding into his innie consciousness. In episode 2, we hear about Carol D., a former MDR worker pre-PT. Her name reappears in episode 9 on Irving's employee manifest. Goats are another recurring element. Devon and Rickon's house. Their exact purpose remains unclear, but their frequency feels intentional. Maps, temples, and the Egans. Petey's map is packed with yet unseen locations. The Coil of Doom, team building, and some people might live here. Petey mentions finding a department where people can't leave. It's probably where Ms. Casey has been kept. At the Perpetuity Wing, we see that all CEOs of Lumen are from the Egan family. Keir, the founder, gets the spotlight, but other family members like Ambrose, the Black Sheep, get name-dropped. Jane Egan even references the grandfather, possibly Keir himself. Fun fact, Keir is Gaelic for the Dark One. Later, we see Mark and Irving's license plates have the Latin phrase Remedium Hominibus, a cure for mankind. Lumen was originally a medical company. Coincidence? Ms. Casey's hours and the sleeping theory. During a wellness meeting, Ms. Casey says she's only been awake for a total of 107 hours, and that watching Helly for 8 straight hours was the longest she's ever been conscious.
My life has been 107 hours long. Most of that has been these half-hour sessions. For me, my favorite time was the 8 hours I spent in your department, watching Helly.
Suggests her outie might be in a coma, right? The Lumen office feels weirdly empty, like they're prepping for more employees. Mark even mentions the employee housing feels underpopulated. Jane Egan's dream of everyone chipped aligns with this. The political push, probably why Helena is getting cozy with Senator Arteta. Symbolism, references, and trivia. The birthing retreat is named Demona, a goddess in Gaul associated with cows. Kinda bizarre, kinda perfect. In episode 5, we see a painting of Keir and Imogen, who supposedly fell in love working in an ether factory. It parallels Mark and Helly's budding relationship, especially since Helly is an Egan. Pip's diner is named after a past Lumen CEO. Irving's line, "Okay kids, let's find out what's for dinner,"
Okay, kids. Let's find out what's for dinner.
echoes something he was reprimanded for saying in episode 1.
Hi kids, what's for dinner?
During the waffle party, Dylan finds a cat-o'-nine-tails whip, the same one Keir holds in his painting. Each tail represents one of his 9 virtues. Lumen's outdated technology isn't just set dressing, it's deliberate design. The retro equipment creates a perfect barrier against hackers, triggers employee nostalgia, and establishes a stark contrast with the outside world's 2020 setting, confirmed by Mark's driver's license. For the truly obsessed, the Lumen Handbook, glimpsed in episode 2, exists in real life within the Lexington Letters companion book. The show's meticulous world-building extends to every corner, from storefronts advertising Severance-compatible clothing, to protesters stationed outside the Hall of Records, to Coble's austere, prison-like bedroom, containing that haunting childhood photo from the Myrtle Egan School for Girls. Even the state abbreviation, PE, signals we're somewhere that doesn't exist on any real map, perhaps an alternate reality altogether.